If you want to know how to sew down a closure perfectly well, then stay till the end of this video. When it comes to sewing down a closure, you want to make sure that it is very secured. That's why I prefer not to start at the tip but then go a little bit behind it so that I can sew forward then go backwards again, like when there's using the sewing machine and you do a back stitch. So whilst I'm using the thread and needle, I try to do a back stitch. That's why you see that I didn't start from where the closure began. So I just start from behind, a little bit behind, then I make my way to the front, then go back again to make sure that it is very secure and that the closure is going to stick to the dome cap very well and won't come off. As you make your way through the sewing process, you have to make sure that the needle passes through the right place. This one you have to watch and learn. I do not know how I'm going to explain this, but I'm going to try my best. So you just watch and learn. As I pass the needle through the closure lace and the dome cap, you can see that I make sure that the needle is in between the two threads. I hold it with one hand, then I make sure that I pull the needle through both of the threads. You have to watch this very well to be able to understand it. It is quite easy when you are watching, but it's quite difficult to explain on my part. But I hope that as you can see it, you know what I'm talking about. So when sewing as well, too, you want to make sure that the spacing is not too wide, neither is it too small. When the spacing is too wide, as time goes on, it will loosen up and the closure will feel like it's coming off. And when it is too tight too, the rig might will somehow be tight. It's not good to make it too tight. There should be at least some space in between. It's not too wide and not too like small. The space just has to be like how I'm done it. You can make it just a little wider than this, but make sure that it's not too wide, because if it's too wide, it won't last for a very long time. So as I said earlier on, you want to make sure that you pass the needle in between the threads. Pass the needle in between the threads, as you can see that I'm doing. That way it creates a loop around it so that it makes it very secure, and it's going to be very hard for the thread to come off. Even if you comb your hair for years, the threads are not going to loosen up because you've created a loop around each stitch that you make. Look at it very well from this side. See the needle pass in between the two threads. That is the goal, to make it very secure and very tight. And when you it passes through it, you make sure that you put the needle tight so that you won't see that there are holes in between. Make sure that the thread is secured and very tight. You just pull it. And as I make my way to the front and to the last part of the other side of the closure, I'm going to repeat the same process that I started with. In the beginning, I did a little back stitch. That is how I'm going to continue as well. I'm going to make my way to the front, then I'll come back again to create that back stitch. See, I've made my way to the front just like this. Then I'll also come back again. I will take the T-pin out of my way so that you can see it very well. So I'll make a stitch back again, just as you can see there, to make sure that it is very secured. And when I think that I'm at the point where that the lace is very secured and the dome cap, then I create a loop. I wrap it 3 or 2 times, then I create this loop, just as you can see, very tight, because that is the last loop. Then I cut and also make another loop. Just so simple. So at this point, if you think this video was helpful, you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you want other things that you want to see on this channel as well, kindly comment, put it in the comment section, and I'll make videos. So if you want to know how I adjusted the cap or anything, just let me know in the comment section. Thank you for sticking to the end. Bye, loves.
Sitting on my bed, flashing, smiling, castle wink. Losing track of time, feeling like it's been some weeks. Matter of fact, it's been 3 days since we relayed our thoughts. Heartstrings freeway as I replay our talks. Summon you over with no persuasion. I